you hear the one about Paddy the Irishman? He was in a bar. He just finished savouring a lovely pour of Redbreast 15. Set his glass down and the barmaid came over and said, "Paddy, I see your glass is empty. Would you like another one?" And Paddy, being Paddy, takes a look at the barmaid and says, "Catch yourself on, you silly woman. Why the feck would I want another empty glass?" What's up, whiskey lovers? I'm Big Al and welcome to Whiskey Straight, where I review whiskey from all over the world and give you my thoughts straight up and not watered down. So today I'm continuing my spiritual odyssey by concentrating, as I've done throughout January, on an Irish whiskey, and today it's another Redbreast. And now this is following up on my reviews earlier of the Redbreast 12 and the Redbreast 12 cask strength. So today we're going up the years a wee bit to Redbreast 15. Now, I'm not going to go into any history or anything like that because I've already done the other two reviews and gone into a bit of the history of Redbreast, so we're just going to pretty much get right into it. So, as you would expect, this is a single pot still, that quintessential type of Irish whiskey, which not only Ireland's famed for, but Redbreast probably in particular, because right across the range they just do an excellent job. So, what is the 15? Now, it's made from a mash of malted and unmalted barley, and it's matured for no less than 15 years, obviously, in the finest of oak casks, and it's bottled at 46% ABV. So, let's just get right into it and go for the nosing. Sláinte. First off on the arrival, it's oak. Vanilla there as well. But also coming in with that, there's some orchard fruits. Now, what I'm talking about here is juicy red apples. Now, there's some nice toasted nuts in there as well, and they're quite rich in nature, and indeed that toasted nut aroma comes through, and it is quite potent at times, and I think it's quite potent because it's like a stronger flavour of nut, a stronger aroma of nut, and what I'm getting here is probably walnut, and that's like when you get right into the Glencairn, it's, well, obviously is a bit stronger, and that's where the walnut's coming from. And then as you draw away, it becomes a bit more muted, and that toasted nuttiness is a wee bit more on the like toasted almond side. Now there's also a slight hint of mixed berries, but as I said, it is slight. It's a bit fleeting, it comes and it goes, it's not always there, it just like pops up every now and again. And it's all rather well and nicely rounded off with a lovely dollop of cinnamon spice. It really is quite a nice nose. But in some ways, for a 15-year-old whiskey, you would probably expect just a little bit more. So let's get right on into the tasting. Sláinte. Cinnamon spice oakiness right off. It's smooth, it's rich, it's creamy, it's like melted butter as it coats the palate, and that initial hit of cinnamon and the oakiness, as it spreads over the palate, it becomes a bit more orchard fruit again, but not like on the nose of a red apple. It's more like green apple. And again, there's a lovely hint of vanilla coming through there again, and it's very mouth coating, and sometimes, I'm not sure if I'm describing this right, but it seems a bit chalky in nature, where it's just clinging to the palate, and it just stays there, and those initial flavours are really coming together quite nicely. So let's go again. Now that heating element is still there, but instead of a cinnamon spice this time, it's more coming from like mixed spice. The cinnamon is still there, don't get me wrong now, but the mixed spice is more to the fore and the cinnamon is more muted. And now, as it begins to settle on the palate, the oak comes a wee bit to the fore again, but it's a wee bit more toasty in nature than it was originally, rather than that big oak punch at the start. And as it settles again even a bit further, here comes that nuttiness again. But it's really difficult to pick out any sort of like individual nut flavour. It's more like mixed nuts. But as it does fade a wee bit more towards the end, probably the overriding one that comes through is a nice touch of toasted almonds. And it really is quite prominent there as it fades towards the back of the palate. So let's go again and give it a third sip, and then we'll do a summing up. And here it changes again. Orange zest, chocolate, malty chocolate. It's a very rich, again exceedingly mouth coating, but that nice zestiness of the orange really does bring it a wee bit more alive. And it is surprisingly malty in nature, with that chocolate touch as well. And now here comes the oak again, right on the back of it. Really is a lot going on here. So to sum up, folks, it is fair to say that this is a cracking whisky. It's, how would I describe it, probably sumptuous. There's lots of rich flavours going on in there. They're full bodied and they do linger nicely, and as is always the case with Redbreast that I find anyway, it is roundly satisfying. And I think it just sneaks into that outstanding zone with a score of 90. Now, to put things in a bit of perspective and to offer some kind of an alternative, my last review was of the Yellow Spot. Now, and it's a 12-year-old single pot still. I think, well, obviously, I give it a score of 91. There's just a little bit more going on with it, and it offers better value for money. Like I say, this comes in around mid 70 quid range, 10-15 quid cheaper. You'll get the Yellow Spot, and then again, to add a bit more perspective, for pretty much around the same price as this, and maybe a couple of quid more, you'll get the Redbreast 12 cask strength, and it is just simply outstanding. You know, there's no real comparison. So it's really up to you what you like. Do you like that higher proof? Do you like something that's just a little bit more going on? But at the same time, I'm not taking anything away. This is a fantastically good whiskey, and I'd quite happily buy another bottle of it. no problem. Like, I've had a few bottles of it in the last few years, and it really is something that I do like very, very much. Now, at some stage, hopefully not too far down the line, I will get around to reviewing the rest of the core range, and that will be the Redbreast Listowel, which I do have a bottle of, and then the Redbreast 21, which I don't have a bottle of. So that will more than likely be a sample, and that's because, well, pretty much the Redbreast 21 costs a lot of money. It's almost double the price of this, and to be totally honest, if Mrs. Al discovered that I spent that much money on a bottle of whiskey, Big Al would be no more. I would be more like Little Al with a squeaky voice turned into a eunuch, if you catch me drift. So unless I come into shitloads of money, it'll be a sample. So I'll find one somewhere and we'll take it from there. But anyway, folks, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate your support. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and ring that bell so that you can stay up to date with all the other future reviews coming up. So if you've had the Redbreast 15, let me know what you think. I always appreciate reading your thoughts and interacting with you guys. It is something nice. It's something that brings an extra dimension to just talking about whiskey and drinking. It's always nice to hear what other people think and what your thoughts are. And as always with everything in this video, I'll pop the links in down below. So that's pretty much it, folks. Until next time, look after yourselves, take care, and as always, remember to drink your whiskey the way you like it. You know, I think sometimes there's as little inside my head as there is on the outside, but anyway.